Hey, Pastor friends, McKay here. And I remember so well it being Thursday and feeling the stress of being behind on sermon prep. I had planned out a day of study and prep, and then the unexpected hospital visit. The crisis counseling call comes in. It seems like that happens always when we had these days planned, right? And we want to be available. We want to be able to care for people and be there in their time of need. But we also have to prepare a sermon for Sunday. Sunday's going to be here, whether we like it or not. And that stress only grows the closer Sunday gets. The reason you feel behind probably isn't because you're lazy. Probably because you're still operating under the assumption that faithful gospel-centered preaching requires 20 plus hours of uninterrupted prep every week. But as we know, pastoral ministry is inherently interruptible. You can't schedule crisis. And so if you're preaching methodology requires massive chunks or blocks of unbroken prep for you to get your sermon done, you're going to constantly feel like you're either failing your sermon or neglecting your people. What you don't need to do, and really can't do, is manufacture more hours in the week. We can stay up late, we can get up really early, we can feel the stress of being behind, we can sacrifice family time. But instead of all that, what you really need is simply a reliable framework that drastically cuts the time it takes to go from exegesis to clear, competent message. This is exactly why Preach 360 exists. Instead of reinventing the homiletical wheel when you sit down every week for your sermon, it gives you a predictable, structurally sound path through any text because we simply follow the Bible's built-in sermon outline. As we go through this, you just follow your guide to pour the foundation as we do exegesis, build the structure as we fill out the framework and the sermon blueprint, and then we seal the cracks where we polish the manuscript, have it Sunday ready. When you have a dependable operating system, a process, you can block out time, but you can also prep in margins when those kinds of weeks take place without sacrificing biblical or theological depth. With Preach 360, you'll experience a guided proprietary platform that walks you through step by step the Bible's own gospel-shaped framework. It's going to help you craft a faithful, compelling, biblically deep, gospel-focused sermon in a matter of hours, not days. This means you can actually shepherd the congregation, handle unexpected emergencies, have family time, a personal day off, and step into the pulpit on Sunday with enthusiasm and expectation. So if you are tired of always feeling behind on your sermon, let's change the prep process. Let me invite you to build your next sermon for free at preach360.com. Just get into the ecosystem of this process and feel ahead for the very first time.